One hit at a time. You're now listening to the best music.
Feel the freshness. I get money, then I get money, then I get money, then I get money, then I get more. Fuck me, you can fuck sleep, you can fuck Kim, you can pop pills, baby girl, that you get good. Akuliza wambia I said so. Tumeanza na kwa like
1 hour of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
I said the ops won't sleep, they won't have no peace. Nigga alidhani nitakuja one man, look at me, see I really did the opposite. Pull up with the gang, leave your whole block lead. I leave your whole block lead one more time now. Pull up with the gang, leave your whole block lead. Meet me, your best rapper is excited to meet me. You know what's up, boo? Mina kwanga lit. No sino kage WhatsApp groups delete me. I talking bamba, they will release me. I got the number to the commissioner. I'm really living, but they limit me. I'm really talking, me, I've been listening. You take caution when you deal with me. Now go ahead and tell your bosses it's the new regime. I'm wrong, that's why they gotta act like they're cool with me. Oh no, beat the shot daddy before I'm through with it. Baby, I wanna see you next year. Seeing you every day, nani katsia wetu lia. Tunajua supenda mafast year. Kwa miezi mbili alafu tunaachia. I get money, then I get money, then I get money, then I get money, then I get more. Fuck me, you can fuck Slim, you can fuck Kim, you can pop pills, baby girl, that you get bored. Wakiuliza wambia I said so. Yo tumeanza nako like baby let go. Fresh lyrics coming off the fucking techno. And the track letter teriaka. Ops won't sleep. I said the ops won't sleep. They won't have no peace. Nigga alidhani nitakuja one man. Look at me, see I really did the opposite. Pull up with the gang, leave your whole block lead. I leave your whole block lead one more time now. Pull up with the gang, leave your whole block lead. I leave your whole blood clot block lead now. Oh Lord have mercy. Last time we was lucky, I loved it. Pull up jeans that in on my last day. She gave me her best friend for my birthday. Scott Day, always with the wrong things. With the Mandelas we never relax. I told my son to be the best at whatever he does. You are a god, you are the alpha omega we trust. So anytime you go forward, you never reverse. No matter what you do, winning is a must. We used to run to school, we didn't need a bus. New and improved digital brass. Doing hard times with the crew, but it shall pass. None of these rappers know rap. Only rapper with a sing-along buzz. When I'm talking, better shut your damn mouth, motherfucker. You're so lucky you even chill around us. Yeah, but I told them for real. My little bro wanna handle him for me. I asked them toka kitambo niko biz. Nyini mapanganga majigambo na kubitch. That feeling koko mbali na gang. Juu ya shilingi neza takubali ni genye. Dreams za kichizi.
What is it, family? How we doing?
Already kukua mzaya wa
say. With I'm Cardinale over here. Live and direct on the Black Watch Fire Radio Network. Go up on the Google Play Store. Stream on www.blackwatchfire Radio Network. Amazing healthy supplement. We're closing with the Black Watch Fire Radio logo on there. We're talking about redefining Africa. As we redefine ourselves because we are the change we need to see in the world. Come on. It's December. Happy holidays to you.
Pull up with the gang, leave your whole block lead. I leave your whole block lead one more time now. Pull up with the shilingi neza takubali ni genye. Dreams za kichizi, gari na fair but nimegrow niko ready kukua mzaya wa msee. Niliwaondoa pia mi mas niende. Mzee alitunyona kutupiga cut na wembe. Family nigga nina trust ya rende. Sijabadilika bado niko fuck manjege. Tulishinda umovi chochoro. Kenye litufanya mabroni kikoro. Squeeze zo makona ziko nomo. Na squeeze ukiniona niko solo. I said the ops won't sleep. They won't have no peace. Nigga alidhani nitakuja one man. Look at me, see I really did the opposite. Pull up with the gang, leave your whole block lead.
Blinders, I'm just rhyming. We be vibing. Reparations, perfect timing. This is priceless. Here's my priceless. I'm still striving in a crisis. True religion, like the Bible. La da da, la da da. I still got bars, big cigars, just like Nas. Say my name. Damon Wayne like Major Payne. Super evil, just like Keenan. No doubt dirty, Dr. Evil. When they salute, tell them mostly rock the troops. I stay grounded in my roots. I share my thoughts and speak my truth. I hit you with that sonic boom. I'm just different, reminiscent. Red MD, I beat the system. Revolution, that's Somali, Huey Newton, Marcus Garvey. This is culture. Just stay focused, won't confirm to your old composure. Where's my kisses? Where's my roses? Most.
Yeah, you don't got body game, tipa. Oh yeah, just a phone, bang bang bang, give me
You can quote this if you miss this. I'm top 5 right on the hit list. I be spitting, that's my mission. Take your seats, cause class is in session. Seem deliriously confused, wait till we drop Culture 2. In 3 years, release 3 albums. Maybe then I'll get my flowers. Hip hop is my superpower. I'll behave like Austin Powers. I'll be spitting in the kitchen. Tables turning, clocks be ticking. This is super fly, push niggas. Finger licking, taste like chicken. Succotash, make a splash. Sound adventure like Pluto Nash. Count my digits, do the math. It's a chronic like aftermath. That's my talent, black and gifted. I'm the most optimistic, I swear to God. On all my rivals, I'm trying to be like Christ's disciples. Simon Peter, Luke and Paul turn H2O into alcohol. It's appearance, fact, not fiction. That's the perks of being Christian. Big t-shirt like Billie Eilish. This is childish, never rhyming. Stars aligning, keep it private. Navigating like a pirate. Watch my P's and Q's and vowels. I will never throw the towel. You can beat me black and blue. I'll still rap in black and blues. Man, we ain't friends, let's not pretend. So say hello to my new friend. No beat today, you don't say. I go hard like bread, I get small by small. Suri lyric, I did jet, make my day, make you bring my jack for check. I go crazy like Yabba left. Was creative in the room. Rapaholic, yeah, this is true with man Moses here to blow your mind. In my soul, that's why I rhyme. Here to keep hip hop alive and be the greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah, you don't got body game, tipa. Oh yeah, just a phone, bang bang bang, give me mama she be a bad. Yeah, you don't got body game, tipa. Oh yeah, just a phone, bang bang bang, give me
the greatest of all time, most creative over there, dropping an album very soon. A video actually is out, but basically a new generation of the remnant awakening to basically redefine the hip hop culture. It's your girly girl, Iwaton Lungoria, and today's conversation is about Africa's writing that terrified the Europeans. You can download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackwoodfireradionetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements of our clothing with a Blackwood Fire Radio logo on it. As I said earlier, also we do have t-shirts, do have hoodies, mags, bags with the Blackwood Fire Radio logo on it. So if you're using the iPhone or the computer, you can stream on www.blackwoodfireradionetwork.com. And if you're using the Android device, you can definitely download the app on the Google Play Store. Before I definitely share the videos of today and the conversation we definitely have, we also did have Larry Mado definitely interviewing the one and only Bobby Wine, who has been terrified by the president of Uganda, talking about his journey in the political arena in Uganda. And basically, we do know Larry Mado, who definitely has the tea of what's really going on. We did have a conversation right away last week or early this week in regards to how to the Tanzanian government, the president of Tanzania, who was actually trying to tarnish Larry Madowo's name, but definitely know the truth about Larry Madowo because he's always been honest each and every time. And that's how they always treat the story of factual facts that really happened during the election in Tanzania. Also talk about Africa's writing that they try to erase, and these African writing that terrified the European. We'll talk more about the symbols of the African culture and how also big brands like Gucci, Louis have actually stolen some of the African Africans writing. We also do have the one and only Pia Lumumba talking about how GDP, the economic GDP of the African continent, and how it can actually increase if we definitely forget about the boundaries and get rid of this little fragmentation of the countries that we do have. But once again, I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful time with me. The ones listening on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, remember you can download, share, and invite more people to listen into amazing conversation. But right away, I'll share some of the supplements we do have for you on the website. And remember to get your CMOS, General Mosquito. I hope you've ordered your BitChute because you got a purpose to fulfill. You're going to stay healthy right away. But right now, let's listen into the health and benefit of ashwagandha.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
$3.90, you'll get your ashwagandha Manuka coffee over there, different categories for $59.90. We'll be talking about the Africa's writing that terrified the Europeans, or basically a lot of our culture that was actually erased, hidden away from us. And most of us actually do not know a lot of our culture in regards to the writing that we did have before we knew anything to do about English or these other languages that we do know. We did have every symbolic act that actually represent or basically define a season or a timeline. And we do have the African writing that terrified Europe. And right now, I'm really excited because I'm seeing a lot of young people right now who are coming up or going back to the ancient history and using symbols also on their brands, using symbols on their match in regards to redefine who we are as Africans. It's amazing to see this generation coming up by basically delving deeper into the history we were not actually taught in the institution. But right away, I'll definitely share a video before I go to the writing that they tried to erase. I'm going to share a video of Larry Madowo interviewing Bobby Wine, who has been a rival of the president of Uganda. And every time he's always tried to climb the ladder of the presidential arena, he's always been, he's always just been, he's not given that chance because we definitely know the president of Uganda. And I do have Larry Madowo doing an interview with him, talking about his vision of changing the political governance of Uganda. I'm going to share that video.
Before he's even inside, we're hearing that sound like live shots. Tear gas in every direction. Tear gas in every direction. It's really become a chaotic scene.
There is just a month to go before Uganda's general election. A crackdown on the opposition is sparking outrage in the country. CNN's Larry Madowo recently visited Uganda to see the election build up. He joins me now live. Larry, give us a sense of what's happening there.
Brian, the UN, local and international human rights groups are all criticizing the Ugandan government and President Yoweri Museveni for the extreme violence the opposition is facing just a month before the election. I want to show you some dramatic video from Monday evening in Kampala, the capital, as the 43-year-old Ugandan opposition candidate Bobby Wine is driving past a neighborhood. Police are using water cannon and tear gas against some who appear to be innocent bystanders, market people, traders, even motorcycle taxi riders, boda-bodas as they're known in Uganda and in the region. And many of them were just waving at Bobby Wine or just watching this convoy drive past. And that's the violence that has seen this pop star as he's campaigning across the country.
Anytime like Bobi Wine has ever tried to actually take over, actually be a part of the presidential candidate, is something has always happened to him, and we definitely know what's really happening, because it's like you cannot stand against the president of Uganda, and Bobi Wine has been one of the individuals always tried to actually take that part, but it never goes expectedly the way I believe it's supposed to. And there's something that he said at the beginning of the video. He said it is not even about just election. This is war. That's what he says.
He says the government of President Yoweri Museveni does not want people to see that he's got support, that Yoweri Museveni has lost support after 40 years in power, and that he is the man to lead Uganda forward. We're wearing some flak jackets and helmets in this story because of the violence you're about to see.
This is the man seeking to remove President Museveni from power after 40 years. He has incredible support among the young people. As Bobi Wine arrives, so good to crowd.
He definitely has a lot of supporters behind him. It shows you, like, a lot of people, basically a lot of Ugandans are tired of the same regime, and it's because every time they're trying to protest, every time they're trying to say no to the kind of government they do have, you know what, everybody's just being locked up, or some strange things really happen to them. But if you can see in this video, we do have a lot of people ready for a new regime of, the new governments. And basically, every candidate who always comes up is always following the same system in regards to how they'll definitely govern a country. But it shows how people are hungry for change in Africa.
There is nothing like it.
Bobi Wine wants Ugandans to sing a new tune. The musician turned politician is running for president for a second time. Nearly twice his age, President Yoweri Museveni is also running for a seventh term. When the former general came to power after a civil war in 1986, Bobi Wine was just 4 years old.
I believe that General Museveni largely views Uganda as his personal property, as his family property, and he views us as slaves.
It is our time to change our future.
Bobi Wine accuses security forces of using violence to stop him from campaigning. At the stop in northern Uganda, supporters formed a protective shield around the candidate as military officers whipped them.
And then they talk about democracy. There's nothing about democracy in Africa. There's no democratic government in Africa. The fact that it's just trying to actually campaign for the election, and we do have cops over here trying to actually beat people up for actually supporting Bobi Wine. He's one of the opponents who's actually faced a lot opposing the president of Uganda.
One of his closest aides was wounded.
Look at what the police and the military are doing to us for no crime whatsoever.
The Electoral Commission condemned the incident that is now under investigation. He says more than 450 members of his party and supporters have been imprisoned during the campaign, others tortured or disappeared.
Some people have been shot dead at my rally, and I know the regime has me as the main target.
Why won't you be allowed to campaign freely?
Well, I believe it is fear. It is fear that General Museveni knows that he has no support. Every time I go out to campaign, I know that somebody is going to be beaten, somebody is going to be killed, run over by the police, shot with live bullets, and all that.
The UN Human Rights Chief has condemned widespread arbitrary arrests, detentions, and the use of unnecessary or disproportionate force against the opposition. CNN filmed hundreds of police, military, and special forces at Bobi Wine's rallies in the capital, Kampala. They blocked him from using some roads, beat up some supporters, and tear-gassed bystanders.
Everywhere. Uganda has a long way to go, honestly. We're talking about Tanzania, and then it happened for them. Uganda should definitely be next because it's basically subliminal, I believe.
Bobi Wine goes, there's dozens of police officers, soldiers. It always ends up in a scuffle. Right now, they're blocking his way from coming into a rally venue. And that's tear gas. Before he's even inside, we're hearing that sound like live shots. Tear gas in every direction. Tear gas in every direction. It's really become a chaotic scene. And this happens at every Bobby Wine.
You have Bobby Wine talking about the fact that they're being targeted by security service each and every time they're going to campaign. And that shows you like he's basically one of the opponent that is actually bringing or basically stirring a lot of fear on the current government of Uganda.
Police told CNN that they were forced to use tear gas here to disperse people and clear a busy intersection. They have repeatedly denied that they're specifically targeting Bobby Wine or his campaign.
We all benefit from coming out of this election with the most minimal damage on individuals and property.
There are 6 other candidates running for Uganda's top job, but January's election is largely a rematch between the president and the pop star.
In a free and fair election, can you beat President Museveni?
If 2021 was a free and fair election, I would be president already.
Sure.
Will this be a free and fair election?
This is a fact, like 100%. That's a fact.
It's not an election to begin with. This is war.
Uganda's Electoral Commission has asked law enforcement agencies to exercise restraint and stick to the law while dealing with candidates.
Bobby Wine called this election war because he says so many of his party members have been arrested. You see the violence they face every time they're campaigning. And he calls President Museveni, who's been a civilian leader for 40 years, General Museveni, because he says he rules by the gun. He has captured the country, the military and the police, and they do his bidding. So he does not think that this is a legitimate election in the way that elections are taking place in other parts of the world. And the criticism
literally controls everything. So when is the rise of Uganda going to happen?
Bobby Wine.
That's a good question because Tanzania, the one that people are actually, downsizing, they've actually proved everybody wrong. So when is Uganda's time coming along?
And his supporters are they're violent, that they disrupt businesses, that they block roads, and that's why the police use this heavy-handed tactics. They push back on that and they say, we're just trying to campaign. We want to access the roads and go to the same venues like the opposition, like President Yoweri Museveni, Brian, and they don't always have that chance.
About reviving, restoring, and basically reclaiming back our power, we'll definitely go back to the Africans writing that were actually erased back in time. And we definitely see a lot of big brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, basically using the Africans writing on their brand is basically part of their brand. And do we actually question this? And the fact that you have to understand that Africans are really powerful. Why are they using our symbols? Whilst telling us that, you're not good enough, bringing the inferiority complex basically in our faces. I want to share that right away and basically moving forward with the conversations.
In a spiritual interface, thousands of...
Let's go back again.
They said they came to teach us to read and write, to lift us from darkness into light. But Africa was never mute. Before a single European pen scraped paper, the continent was already alive with meaning, in gesture, in color, in rhythm, in sacred sign. Our ancestors did not need letters lined in rows to hold knowledge. They carved, painted, wove, and sang information into the world itself. Communication was not a mark on a page. It was a living pulse, moving through the hands, through the drums, through the eyes of those who understood. Among the Yoruba, messages traveled not through ink, but through Aroko, the language of objects. A handful of cowries, a feather, a fragment of cloth, a bit of chalk, a knot of palm.
I'm actually seeing this with a lot of artists or creatives using a lot of African symbols right now on their paintings, on their brands, on their match. And it's actually amazing when you see this and you're like, oh my God, we're on the same frequency, Like you don't even have to actually question like, what does this mean? Because if you've actually gone through the symbols, you might know 3 or 2 and their meanings, and you'll definitely actually recognize it when you see it anywhere.
Leaf, arranged in precise order, each symbol carried a statement, more layered than any paragraph. A white feather could announce peace. 2 feathers crossed might warn of betrayal. A cowrie placed beside a kola nut might declare love or alliance, depending on who received it. Aroko, was logography embodied, three-dimensional writing you could hold in your hands. No outsider could decode it without cultural initiation. Meaning depended on context, memory, and relation. It was encryption by intimacy. A message could never be divorced from the moral universe of sender and receiver. In that way, the Yoruba system anticipated not just data transmission, but ethical protocol. Truth and trust were the passwords. Across the Gulf of Guinea, the Akan of Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire perfected another visual lexicon, Adinkra. Stamped in black ink on crimson and gold cloth, the symbols were philosophy condensed into form. The spiral of Sankofa urged, return and fetch it, learn from the past. The clenched ram's horns of Dweniman reminded rulers that strength must bow to humility. Gai Niame, the sacred swirl, meaning except for God, pulsed from palace walls, stools, drums, and jewelry, declaring the divine order that framed society. Each sign carried proverb, prayer, and principle at once. Adinkra was the ethics engine of an entire civilization, moral code as design language. To wear those symbols was to declare alignment with wisdom. The cloth was a classroom, and every garment a text. Travel southeast, and the walls whisper again, this time with the curving marks of Nsibidi, the ideographic system of the Ejegum, Efik, and Igbo peoples. Its signs record treaties, marriages, verdicts, proverbs, and laws. Before courts wrote minutes, Nsibidi encoded justice. Before police logged cases, elders traced symbols in chalk or carved them on wood to record verdicts. Initiated members of the Ekpe and Ekpo societies guarded the deepest meanings, an indigenous form of classified information. Outsiders could see, but not read. That secrecy was not exclusion, but protection. Knowledge required moral readiness. Modern cryptography would call it controlled access. Each symbol could mean peace or war, depending on how it was drawn and to whom it was shown. It was semantic compression, centuries before semiotics earned a name. Where Western writing split words from worlds, Nsibidi kept them married. Far to the east, the land of Ethiopia kept script alive in another form. Ge'ez, the liturgical writing of the Aksumite Empire, still alive today in church and scripture. Its flowing syllables are not fossilized relics, but living continuity, the oldest active alphabet on Earth, south of the Sahara. Northward again, in the sands of the Tuareg and Amazigh, Tifinagh inscriptions spiral across rocks, angular constellations of memory linking desert to star. Each mark, each dot and line, holds geography and genealogy in timeless balance. These were not forgotten attempts at literacy. They were parallel evolutions, branches of a tree older than the alphabet itself. And to the south, in the lands of the Zulu, language itself danced in color, movement, and rhythm.
Amazing, because the fact that they were really connected at the time to the creator, they'll definitely get downloads of how the future will be, and they'll definitely have them on writing on walls or rocks. And that's what you'll definitely see sometimes, some writings on some walls when you're going to some, cultural not cultural events or parks. But we did have over here one at the Bombers of Kenya, and right now they're actually constructing hotels, allegedly, I believe so. But at the time, because we were actually super connected, and we definitely believed in divinity like so much, we'll definitely get downloads of how the future will definitely be, and they'll definitely write that down on the walls.
The Zulu did not
basically rocks
carve their words into stone. They wove them into life. Meaning lived in bead and drum, in gesture and praise. A young woman might send her heart in the form of a beaded necklace, each hue a syllable of emotion. Black for union, blue for longing, white for chastity, red for passion, arranged in patterns so deliberate that an entire romance could unfold between two people without a single word spoken. These were not decorations. They were letters of the spirit, worn on the body like sentences of feeling. Every gift of beadwork was a private message, every color combination a code. And when the drum spoke, the hills themselves replied. The Zulu drummer did not merely keep rhythm. He sent messages across distance, compressing language into sound. Each beat a syllable, each pattern a signal, a kind of sonic encryption only the trained could decode. On the battlefield, the tilt of a shield or the crossing of spears transmitted orders faster than speech. The army moved like a living script, each formation a paragraph of purpose. Even the village layout, circular and nested, reflected a cosmology written in geometry. The kraal at the center, the ancestors beyond, the living orbiting between. Theirs was a language of symmetry, not alphabet. The Zulu world spoke in color, rhythm,
symmetry, not alphabet,
of being itself. And between them, all beat the heart of calculation and divination, the Ifa system of the Yoruba. "16 principal Odu, each marked open or closed, combine into 256 patterns, 2 to the power of 8, the same binary structure that drives every computer chip on the planet. When the Babalawo casts palm nut..."
We get back to things, but we also have a conversation about how each pattern unlocks a vast an algorithm of ethics and destiny. Decision trees, random axes, binary logic, all alive in a spiritual interface thousands of years before silicon. The machine age is only rediscovering what the priest of Ifa already knew. The truth emerges from pattern, and pattern mirrors spirit.
Or cowries onto the divination tray. Luba people in the Congo stored dynastic data in beads and carvings. A trained historian could touch the board and recite centuries of lineage, territory, and law. An analog database encoded through texture and...
Teal asked why our artifacts were stolen, because they actually carry a very, very powerful meaning. It has a lot of meaning towards us as Africans, and that's why they're not giving it back to us. The question is, why are they not giving back to us? And they're telling us like we're not worth it at all. So why are you using our symbols on your brands? Why are you keeping our artifacts in your museums? Right away, right now, we'll definitely go on a short commercial break and come back and talk more about the economic GDP of Africa and how we can definitely expand it.
Beetroot, nature's powerhouse. Packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina, and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried, and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie, or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
$20.90, you'll definitely get your supplements. You can also order your t-shirt, hoodies, bags, mags, spinny hats, dad hats with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. If you're using the iPhone or the computer, you can just stream on www.blackhotfireradionow.com and you'll definitely get updated on different shows that are always running here. And also, you can order your supplements and your apparel clothing right away. We'll definitely delve into another conversation right away on how the young people, or basically a question like, it is the young people who liberate Africa. Is it the young people? And my answer is definitely yes.
Billion or thereabouts. That is what we produce, the 50 million of us in Kenya. 136 billion United States dollars. I do not know whether you have heard of a supermarket called Walmart. Walmart's earnings last year is 564 billion. It means that a supermarket in the United States of America generates more money than 50 million of us. And we are the 6th largest economy in the continent of Africa. Are we doing well? No, we are not. Today, when you travel across the continent of Africa, and I do, there is not a single place that you do not meet young Chinese between ages 20 and 30. What are they looking for? On the first day of July, I was in Lodwar at a hotel called The Cradle. On a table next to me, there were 5 Chinese. I took time to talk to them. They were between ages 20 and 35. They were in Lodwar. How many of you here have been in Lodwar? How many of you young Kenyans have been in Lodwar?
Come on, not people actually travel to these places because the northern part of Kenya it's super dry. So a lot of people do not actually travel or visit the northeastern part of the country. And we do have foreigners who are there. And the reason is why. I definitely know you know why. We do have a part of the northern parts of Kenya that is actually producing oil.
Yet young Chinese traveled over 11,000 kilometers to come to Lodwar. Then when they succeed, we wonder why. Waswahili wanasema safari ya Ijumaa hutayarishwa Alhamisi. They are preparing themselves. His Excellency, the Governor and his government have invited you here for 2 days because his government recognizes that without young people, this county and by extension, the Republic of Kenya will never realize our potential. But remember, being youth and being young is not a permanent stage. In the next 10 years, you will not be young anymore. You will be old or older.
Right.
And the world will ask of you, what contribution did you make?
Absolutely.
I was listening to my good friend, the Minister for Agriculture, or the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Mutahi Kagwe.
Okay.
And he was telling Kenyans that we import, is it 5 billion eggs or thereabouts? I may be wrong about the numbers, but we import eggs. Can you believe it?
Very sad. Very, very sad.
Did the chicken in Nyeri forget how to lay eggs? That we should import eggs? As young people, are you involved in agriculture? I was talking.
Failure in school is not as important nowadays, and you know the reason why. Definitely agriculture. It actually is a mandatory to each and every individual, mostly in Africa, because definitely agriculture equals land. Land equals to your identity as an African, and your identity equals to your heritage. And if you do not have a heritage, if you don't know your identity, if you don't have a culture, you do not know who you are. And if you do not know who you are, you do not have any power.
To my good friend here, who is the advisor of the President of the Republic of Kenya on matters agriculture. And I was telling him that next year, Africa is going to import food We are going to import maize. We are going to import wheat. We are going to import rice. We are going to import sugar. We are going to import many things, which means we cannot feed ourselves. As I sat there, I watched the documentary of an old man growing macadamia. But he was complaining that the middlemen are shortchanging him. The question that I'm asking you after this conference,
it's all an agenda for control. The fact that he's mentioned all these things definitely makes sense when we remembered early this year or last year. I remember last year, I believe, when the president said that whoever is found sharing their seed with their neighbor will definitely be arrested. And you should definitely have a certificate if you're practicing farming, and it actually leads you to the money, follow the money, absolutely. And also a conversation about the fact that whoever controls you or whoever feeds you will definitely control you. But as Africans, we should not be importing anything at all. But I'm excited because we do have a lot of young people. We may not have as much, but the ones that I definitely know and the ones I've actually witnessed are actually delving into farming big time.
How many of you here will be engaged in agriculture? Because he or she who cannot feed himself is a slave. Today, we are talking about artificial intelligence. And as we sat down here, our good friend donated smartphones to some 2 young people. Waswahili wanasema simu janja. Do we make any smartphones in Kenya? The best we do is assemble them. I heard the musician here talking about YouTube. Do you control YouTube? Do you control Instagram? I'm asking you, young Africans, what will you do during this week of invention and innovation to create things that will benefit this country? My good friend here, Gashisho, will tell you, when we were at the university in the 1980s, that is almost 40 years ago. Many of you are younger than that. We thought we could change the world. We shouted student power. We thought we were God's gift to the world. We now know better. He or she who wants to change the world must first change himself or herself.
Absolutely.
And that is why I'm commending to you a book written by an individual called Ryan Holiday. Discipline is destiny. Discipline is destiny.
What the?
You know, many years ago, as a young student in 1994, to be exact, I had the honor and privilege of serving as an intern at the foundation and under
destiny is destiny is destiny. Discipline is destiny. Sorry. Little bit news and updates over here. We do have the Nairobi County who has approved 2 menstrual health leave days per month for women working at City Hall. The policy, or basically the policy championed by Governor Johnson Sakaja, definitely might be doing this because of the elections, but it's a good thing, aims to support women's well-being and improves workplace productivity by recognizing the impact of menstrual pain. The leave will be confidential, will not affect performance appraisals, and guidelines have been put in place to ensure essential services continue smoothly. Nairobi joins countries such as Japan, South Korea, Indonesia, and Spain in formally recognizing menstrual leave in the workplace. Live and direct over there.
The late Tanzanian President Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere. And I learned one thing as I took time to travel with him in certain parts of Tanzania. And I remember one iconic speech which he repeated several times, talking to young Tanzanians. And he said it in Kiswahili. He said, for the politicians who are here, siri ya maendeleo ni watu, ardhi, na siasa safi. Siri ya maendeleo ni watu, ardhi, na siasa safi. Ardhi tunayo. Watu tunao. Tatizo letu ni siasa chafu. And siasa is not these campaigns, you see. Siasa is about decision making. In Africa, we think politics is bad thing. Politics is the organization of human affairs for the benefit of those humans. That is what politics is. Do we organize our affairs in a manner that benefits this generation and generations yet to be born? And Mwalimu went on to say, siri nyingine ya maendeleo ni vijana wenye malezi bora, siha njema na bongo kali. Mnanielewa vijana?
He's mentioned lies, basically talking about the fact that if you want to succeed as Africans, we have to get a hold of our people. And then he's mentioned land. I want to talk more about that because we do have a deep conversation about land. Joshua Maponga also mentions land, and he says if you don't have land, you don't have an identity, because this is who we are. This is why a lot of people are coming in and basically, trying to, not even trying, impoverishing Africa. So this is the reason why Africa it is where it is. We do not have a hold of our land because land identifies with who you are as an African. It's part of it. It's part of it.
Lezi bora, siha njema na bongo kali. And this is part of the training that you get as I see it. Many times I marvel at what is now happening in a country called China. And many of you who are older will remember in the 1960s, there is still a country called Korea. And there are textile industries where they made cheap material. We laughed at them. Today, the South Korean economy is bigger than the economy of the entire sub-Saharan countries combined. You go to the supermarket, even Magunas, you find Samsung from South Korea. You find LG from South Korea. What did they do that we are not doing? What did they do that we are not doing? You young people, what did they do? What did their young people do that we are not doing? And what must we therefore do? In the last 30 years, during my own lifetime, the Chinese have pulled 842 million people out of poverty. Watu ambao walikuwa ni maskini, fukara, sasa wana mapato.
live this generation or this time right now, we do have Africans who are super hungry for change. And the kind of politicians we do have, I can say they're playing a big role on taking us back. We do not have a lot of Ibrahim Traorés, and also it's not even a matter of the leaders, but they are the gatekeepers to how Africa is actually stagnated right now. But I'm saying this because of what I'm witnessing in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Africa. People are hungry for change. They're hungry for conscious leaders. They're hungry to take back their power, their land, and their identity. As we're almost winding up right now, we do have a conversation on how we do have angry French farmers pour manure at politicians' homes and outside government buildings as protests over curling of infected turtles rages on. That's how people are really tired of the same old, same old. That's a video over there of angry French farmers spray manure on government buildings and block roads. They did block the roads in raging protests, and also they did pour manure at politicians' homes, number one, and also did block the roads in raging protests. My entire family on Let's Talk with Airton, talking about, most importantly, about the Africans rioting that terrified the Europeans, which has actually taken us aback on how the government of Uganda has always been, led by the one and only President Yoweri Museveni, blocking Bobi Wine from being one of the presidential candidates. We also talked more about how we can redefine the cause of Africa, because it is time to basically redefine Africa as we redefine ourselves, because we are the change we need to see in the world. But you can download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackwatch5radio.com for amazing healthy supplements, upper clothing with the Blackwatch 5 Radio logo on it. Before I leave, I'll share some of the supplements we do have on our website, and you will get updated on different shows that are always running here from 8 to 11 p.m. East African time.
Fuel your body with Complete Multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just one tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
Sending you so much love and light this beautiful afternoon. See you in the next video. Take care.
Still got bars, big cigars, just like Nas, say my name. Damon Wayne like Major Payne, super evil, just like Eden. No doubt dirty, Dr. Evil. When they salute, tell them mostly rock the troops. I stay grounded in my roots. I share my thoughts and speak my truth. I hit you with that sonic boom. I'm just different, reminiscent. When day I beat the system. Revolution, that's Somali, Huey Newton, Marcus Garvey. This is culture. Just stay focused, won't conform to old composure. Where's my kisses? Where's my roses? Melted.
Yeah, you don't got body game, tick back. Oh yeah, just a phone, Bang bang bang, you give me licky, mama shit be
You can quote this if you miss this. I'm top 5 right on the hit list. I be spitting, that's my mission. Take your seats, cause class is session. Seem deliriously confused, Wait till we drop Culture 2. In 3 years, release 3 albums. Maybe then I'll get my flowers. Hip hop is my superpower. I'll behave like Austin Powers. I'll be spitting in the kitchen. Tables turning, clocks be ticking. This is super fly, fish niggas. Finger licking, tastes like chicken. Succotash, make a splash. Sound adventure like Pluto Nash. Count my digits, do the math. It's chronic like aftermath. That's my talent, black and gifted. I'm the most optimistic, I swear to God. On all my rivals, I'm trying to be like Christ's disciples. Simon Peter, Luke and Paul turn H2O into alcohol. It's a purpose, fact, not fiction. That's the perks of being Christian. Big t-shirt like Billie Eilish. This is childish, never rhyming. Stars aligning, keep it private. Navigating like a pirate. Watch my P's and Q's and vowels. I will never throw the towel. You can beat me black and blue. I'll still rap in black and blues. Man, we ain't friends, let's not pretend. So say hello to my new friend. No beat today.